Is that kind of why you've been doing this? Some of the, Marge, you called it tomes, did you? Is that, Mark, you're quite known in our circles for your tomes and your long-winded written Google Plus posts. Is that part of your experimenting with that? Is to actually creating content on Google Plus to see if it'll rank and so on?
I have been known to call it a tome, Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a polite word for it. But,
well, I'm accused of being tactful. I try.
Well, I appreciate that very much, Marge. Yeah, people have called it other things, but it works for me. It does work for me. First of all, because Google Plus supports that kind of content. It does to a certain audience. It is attractive. It is engaging, and it makes substantive content that, because it's like one more place where I can get traction into the SERPs. And when people come to it, they see something substantive. It's not just a link to another post, but oh, there's something right there. I clicked on this link in Google. It's a Google Plus link, but my gosh, I'm getting useful content right there. And who's this guy Mark? And I should follow him. And and it works. I mean, it's personal branding. I go to a lot of conferences now, and I run into people all the time that recognize me and know me, not just from Google Plus. They may not even use Google Plus, but they've seen me in their search results. Both through Google Authorship and through Google Plus. Yes.
Go ahead, Marsh.
My question about putting such lengthy content on somebody else's network, and I don't mean to sound like I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, but I mean, if you're going to put that much energy into creating content, wouldn't it be wiser, quote unquote, to put it on your own site and then start a smaller conversation that drives people back to your site to read the content? Or just help me out with this. That's my question.
It's a great question, and my answer to it is I do both. I do it all. Now, I might have a little bit of an unfair advantage on people, and I was telling David in the green room before we started that I get paid to do that. That's my full-time job now, is to create content. But so I make sure that I have, and usually my most substantive, but the posts that I really, really, really want to be known for are going to be on my home blog, which right now is the Stone Temple Consulting blog. But I post, long-form content on Google Plus. I do it now on LinkedIn. I've got the LinkedIn Publisher platform. Been experimenting with that. My idea is I want to show up all over the place, and every place where I show up, I want to be the trusted authority for what I'm talking about. So to me, it's all like an experiment, and I realize that it could go away tomorrow. If something did happen to Google Plus, or my account got banished, or whatever, I'd lose all that I did on Google Plus. But I'm diversified. I've got great content out all over the web. So any one thing goes down is not going to hurt me that much.
And even Marge, I would even say, let's go back to the YouTube thing. Then if I think along those lines, then why would I ever put my videos on YouTube? You know what I mean? Well, that sounds stupid. Anybody who's doing video knows that you want your videos on YouTube. It's so, it's almost the same thing. So yeah, my content, video content, is on YouTube.
I have an answer for that, David. I mean, you put it on YouTube because it's cheaper than setting up your own video server.
Well, sure.
No, it's because you don't get
but that's where the people are. Yeah, it's the tree falls in the forest. It's that whole tree falls in the forest.
Another angle. Since we know...
Boy, I heard too many things at once there. You want to break that up? I mean, you were all answering the question, but my opinion, I've always recommended to people to use YouTube because, well, what was it, 2008, 9, somebody called YouTube the second largest search engine, and I had never really thought of it as a search engine, but I did some looking around and studying and said, yeah, it is. People are searching there for stuff. And it is a great way to serve up videos, but people also put videos on Amazon S3. If they want them protected or they want better tracking on them, on the analytics. So, there's varying schools of thought. Do you have to use YouTube? No. Is it smart to use YouTube? In my opinion, yes.
Well, here's another angle too.
Gives them data that they can't get anywhere else. Try and rank a video that's not on YouTube, and you got a big job on your hands.